Technically, of course, we're still on track in the old time frame. And if we don't do anything else, then we do crash out. However, having said all that, in all likelihood, I think this option is that probability is very, very small now. And I think we've just heard from your colleague as well that there is an underlying bid to sterling, and I think that's probably going to continue. And if I may say, because we could either get that deal when it comes around in the third round, and the margin is probably going to be small. And if that's not the case, I think we're probably talking about a very long extension. We're not talking about a very small one, but probably over a very long period of time, let's say 2 years or to the end of December 2020 or something like that. And if that's the case, then this should also bring the Bank of England back into action, because it has a hiking bias and it probably would follow through in that case. And therefore, again, investors should definitely pay attention to this.
We've been making this case here now that it's about both sides. We've been focusing very much on the UK side of things with regard to the Brexit negotiations for obvious reasons. They are leaving. But the economic, at least ripple effects from this, are being felt on both sides of the English Channel. So is there a predominant play? Is there a better place to be? Is it the continent or the UK, given the scenarios that we are seeing playing out with Brexit?
Well, yes. I mean, clearly there is an economic impact on both sides in case of leaving, particularly without a deal. But relatively speaking, I think we have to call a spade here. The impact on the UK economy is going to be so much larger. I mean, the European economy is a relatively wide, diversified and very large economic entity relative to the UK. And the impact will be felt particularly in those countries that do the most trade with them, be that the very closest neighbors such as Ireland, or be that, say, the Netherlands or even France. But by and large, I think the impact, relatively speaking to GDP, is going to be more manageable on the continent than it is in the UK.